The pivot turned into its own thing. This was supposed to be a temporary pivot while we raised more money, and now it's become its own entity.
The concept art that I've seen is amazing. Like, I cannot wait for it to be ready.
My dream is to build a bathhouse.
You're going to do it.
Shuffling is not that serious. For me to say that, I hope that gives people permission to not be so serious. Everything I teach is original. It's my life's work because you care about something so much. It's such a perfect formula that we have here. The lights go on when I'm on. The platform is perfectly set. I've never danced anywhere better than Concourse. Really, really cool. Also, just shout out to Bathe.
What do you feel you've been able to overcome through the hypnosis?
We've worked on like money block, relationship, love stuff. We've covered a lot.
Where do people find you?
So vibe with Ade. I say Ade like lemonade. That's how it's spelled, ADE.
Such a great name and such good branding for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Daniel, good to see you once again, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Round two.
We're in
Round
your
two.
sauna that's being built. It's so nice in here. It's huge.
This is
beautiful
our,
wood.
This is our faux sauna. If you haven't noticed, this is real wood. This is imported from Canada. This is like hemlock wood. We built this room for our party we had on the 15th. This was like a giant cuddle puddle room.
Temple of Mirrors.
Temple of Mirrors, which was a really fun party, and it's really hard to throw parties, and that might be the last one for this year. Maybe one for next year. And our Indiegogo is doing well. We reached our funding goal in like 6 hours.
Wow, great.
And our goal is to raise money. We still need to raise like $3 million to do the build out. I want to build a full service bathhouse inside that has like dipping pools and steam rooms and saunas and salt caves and like elixir lounge that becomes a venue at night. That's like the dream.
Wow, cool.
Right now it's just, we're building what we have, which is really beautiful. It's turned into, the pivot turned into its own thing. That's the weird thing. This was supposed to be a temporary pivot while we raised more money, and now this became a thing. It's become its own entity. I mean, there's a dance class outside. So my dream is to build a bathhouse.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
You are doing it. You are doing it.
I did do it. There is a bathhouse here.
Your dream is to build a bigger, badder bathhouse.
I want to build a bigger, badder bathhouse with dipping pools built into the ground.
Yeah. The concept art that I've seen is amazing. Like, I cannot wait for it to be ready.
Yeah, I think people just want to be in warm water.
Yeah.
And like everybody, it's like the audience and the demographics for that is huge. And it's beautiful that I have a community already and that people want to come here and do cool things. And I love events and we'll keep doing events, but my dream is just a social spa that's a venue at night.
I think it's cool because if it was built out already, by doing, Ciara's shuffle retreat and some of the other things that will come through, it probably will create something special long term as you're really providing a cool, unique space for creative people to do creative shit in Austin, like us. I mean, this is our second time we've been here, and if it wasn't like this, I mean, I'm sure you'd still have it, but like we get to do a variety of wild, different things that are, creative, and people are coming through that maybe not initially would have come through. And so I think there's a purpose to why it's going like this.
Yeah, I mean, we've had everything from like children's raves to book launches to TED
Children's
Talks.
raves?
Children's raves. I was actually living.
You got to let me know. I got tons of clients with kids. I got one little girl.
Brent is a kid.
There's this company. I got to tell you this real quick.
Okay.
There's a company out of San Fran, and it's called Bleep Box. And he engineered a synth. He engineered another one that's like a beat maker mix, all of that. And it's designed by a famous synth German engineer that started this company.
Oh, wow.
And they're like for level 3 and up, but I've watched a couple YouTube videos of professional, music producers, and they're amazing. And I gave it to this little girl, one of my clients. She's 3, and she's like a little video playing. So I'm like, maybe one day she'll be like a little cool DJ. Producer. But I could they would totally be into it. And tons of the parents, like they go to festivals and do stuff and know that they could come here and do stuff like that. I think that's a cool thing. I would fucking promote the shit out of that.
That was a cool one, except we lived in the building at the time. So I woke up to a bunch of screaming children. So
yeah, that's not so fun.
So there's that. But, it's been a journey of just like all kinds of different energies in the space. And it's going to be fun when it is a full service bathhouse because we can bring those people into a different experience.
But it's cool that it's, like Brent was saying, it's cool that it's not that yet because you get to have these things that you wouldn't be able to do if this was water outside. You get to do these cool events, build the community, build memories in the space and then you get to build the full service bathhouse.
Totally.
So
I mean,
I love this.
The first 2 months we had the building, I was like, let's throw a party. And we threw a huge party called Underwater Kingdom. We turned the whole space into like this seascape. And that was in September 2024. And we had no business. We just had the building. I was like, well, we got this big building. Let's like throw a party.
I want to just touch on this if you're willing to. I think a lot of people, these places open and people can get, they think they just magically happen, and they don't get to hear some of the emotional roller coasters that someone that has a big vision, what the emotional and just mental experience is going through that process. Are you okay sharing a little bit about where you are personally in this process?
Sure. I mean, it's scary because you have to have trust. It's like the biggest trust fall of your life. I've invested a lifetime's work of like earnings into this business. Did it with my partner. We sold everything we own. We live in the building. Lots of different, you feel like complete bliss to utter terror. And you're always kind of in fight or flight. There's never a moment of just like peace because it's always the next thing. And being the founder and the leader and a male, there's a lot of pressure to like show up.
Yeah, well, if anybody's listening to this and, you're part of this or want to be a part of it, and you run across you, show this man some love.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come be a dream weaver, be a donator, come be a part of the community.
Just be good energy and
Totally.
supportive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll touch in sometime. We'll be back, and who knows what we'll record next
We'll
year.
keep doing updates.
We'll keep doing okay. We're going to have a podcast in here, so you guys can come back to our podcast.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, crossover episode.
Crossover. I love that.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, thank you,
you.
Dave. It was good to see you once again, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
And roll. Mm-hmm. And anything else? Just rock and roll? Is there a third thing?
And relax. I was gonna say shuffle, but
Relax. Let's
Chillax.
Yeah, everybody chillax.
Chillax.
Well, Ciara, thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all.
In
Thank
your
y'all for being
busy day of the shuffle retreat.
It's been busy, but it's been so fun. And
Yeah.
you guys have been busy too. I think we all came together and made this happen. So I'm loving it. I'm just so grateful that we're all here doing the thing, collaborating. So
Yeah.
Special.
First shuffle retreat, right?
first shuffle
ever.
retreat. It's always going to be first and shuffling and one thing or another.
Totally.
And may it never get old. We're very, very blessed.
Yeah.
Like truly, I have like chills coming up. It's really, really cool. Also, just shout out to Bathe and the place, right? Like you can't do something like this without the beautiful backbone of collaboration like that.
So what made you want to do a retreat? Like, what do you get out of doing a retreat rather than a class at the Shuffle HQ?
You know what it does is it really pushes everything that I've been doing to another level that's untapped territory for me. So it can feel really scary, and it's definitely jumping over this line that I've never done. I've felt very comfortable in my niche pocket of dance, because shuffling is not just, it's dance, right? But it's underground, it's street. I'm very comfortable being a little gritty, being at the rave, being sweaty. Maybe my shirt's coming off and I'm screaming like I'm a little wild animal, and then kind of coming into this wellness space. And it's like I said, it's a little scary, but it's exactly where I know I want to head. There's great people, there's more people to meet, more people to connect with, and Austin's just a great city. And also it's just beautiful recovery and recharge for the dance that we do. So it makes complete sense, and I'm ready to do it some more.
Yeah, you're making it like a holistic, integrated to your whole life. This is part of it, and then now take care of yourself so you can keep doing the other thing to express energy, rejuvenate your energy.
Yeah, and I've
right?
really seen that be a theme in shuffling, even as with mobility classes. You're just starting to see mobility and fitness integrate with shuffling, not just here and not just at our studio, but you see that happening across the board, across the US and across the education across the world in shuffling. So it's really cool. What we're doing today, the Shuffle Retreat, yes, is one of the first. I have a few friends that, do their retreats as well, but it's so cool to be doing it here. Yeah, we're pioneering. So.
It's been a while since we've seen you. And
know.
when we saw you last, you didn't have Shuffle HQ.
No, I did not have Shuffle HQ.
Did she talk about it at all? Like she was going to open it? I don't
It was
think
just
so.
it was a glimmer in your eye. That's all Shuffle HQ was.
Yeah.
You had talked
Yeah.
about like the dream
Yeah.
of doing it, and that It's
That's so
crazy to think
real.
about because that was
Yeah.
what, a year ago? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's like,
think-
maybe a year. And
It
now
happened
it's
so quick.
literally the HQ of shuffling
Yeah.
for Austin, and it's like nationally known. So props to
And,
you.
and I
Yeah.
went through it, and you showed me around. It's cool. You have, like you said, mobility stuff. Super cool community. It sounds very collaborative. Basically, like how you were describing it.
100%.
People have suggestions and they want to bring stuff in. You have a cool. I remember the other day you posted you had a bunch of strength training classes. I was like, oh shit, this woman knows what she's doing. This
We
is
have
fucking
everything.
cool. It's super cool. So yeah, tell us about opening it. What's going on there? And
Absolutely. Shuffle HQ was in my notes written for a minute. And then I just didn't take the leap with that name. I actually went with another name, but I always knew shuffling will always be bigger than me. There's people before me, people after me. I'm also aware to the fact of my talent, but I also know the region I'm in, where I'm at, the people around me that can help build me up as well. So there's a lot of power there, but I always wanted to take it to just an overarching name. Shuffle HQ hit the spot. So fast forward, and you're so right. It was like a glimmer in my eye even before I knew what I was doing. And when I look back on the years of everything with shuffling, there was never really a full plan. I'm just kind of vibing. And of course there's intention and I try and do the right thing behind closed doors. But I will say I love business. I love creative thinking. I'm having so much fun with the marketing, with the posting, and also just making sure I have fun with it. But the formula of what shuffling has been for me has been a lot of structure, a lot of technique, a lot of ups and downs. I've battled before. I still perform. I've done every single piece of the pie in shuffling, and I've connected with so many people. And I'm also, I guess this will be the first time that I'm saying this, but I'm also going to be one of the instructors at Shuffleverse, which is the first shuffle convention in the world. That's going to be in LA in April. So there's so many cool things in shuffling just going and going and going. So anyways, back to my studio. Technically, there's 2 studios in the United States that are shuffle studios, and we're one of them. And the other one is owned by my girlfriend in LA. It's a really, really cool thing. We're even collaborative. So even down to that level, I think when I first started doing any of this, I learned really fast that you can't do it alone, but if you want to go further, you have to do it together. And I also just love doing stuff with people. I don't like doing it alone. I'm confident, I'm loud, I like to do my thing, but I love having a team. So it feels really good to do it together, and dance is to be shared at the end of the day. So I think I love when people take ownership of HQ. It is their home. It is their third home. I love when people stay after class. I love when people are sitting on the couches. I want the cozy couches. Everything matters to me. Everything, the ambience, everything. So that's HQ. It's really sweet, and I love, one of the most common things I get from people is how safe they do feel. Yeah. And I really have some great conversations with people, and it has changed my life. They say that it's changed their life. It's changed mine. So that's why I'll keep doing it for sure. And HQ will be here for a long time. Mm-hmm.
What is in HQ right now? Like you said, there's couches and a functional workout space. And so what's going on in there? Because I haven't been there yet. But then also, what's the next vision, and what do you want to incorporate after this?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I kind of know. We have a beautiful lobby. I love that. I love the coziness of it. It's a true warehouse, which is a warehouse is where raving is from, shuffling is from.
Yeah.
So I love the nature of it. We have good parking. We have a warehouse. You can open up that door. It's a beautiful 1,100 foot dance studio. And then we have our gym. What it is now is beautiful programming. We have dance fitness classes during the week, during the weekend. I would love to grow it into daytime classes, kids classes, anything you can think of. Kids shuffling is being done. And in fact, I have more experience teaching kids growing up. I might be leveled out now with shuffling, but I grew up coaching professional cheerleading, basketball, love kids. So I can definitely program that. But I think that next level is going to be just scaling, programming, getting more people in there that want to be a part of the heartbeat of it, because there's definitely people that, want to be a part of what's going on, and also building out the online platform, continuing to grow globally. So continuing to do that, and it's doing good. So
yeah, when she was taking me on a tour, one thing that stood out to me that I like about your entrepreneurial style is you're like, we could do this, but I'll have someone like maybe come in and do that, and somebody kind of wants to do this, and who knows, and I have this one trainer, and he knows what he's doing, so like, I'm just going to let him kind of decide. And
it's
like,
so
I think
intuitive.
Allowing people and recognizing their talents, and then allowing them to just trust them and let that go is
Talk about it.
So like, it's such a good skill as an entrepreneur, because I think that's hard for a lot of people in business. And it could also totally backfire on you.
Yeah, you have to have a really good balance of knowing when and how to delegate properly.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you.
So I'm curious, sorry. How do you decide that to trust?
Yeah, that's huge. I know who I am, and I know that I do have trouble with delegating. I do have trouble with passing off. I wouldn't say like passing off work or ideas, not in a hoarding way, but because you care about something so much and you work, it's my life's work. Every single lesson, everything I teach is original, right? There wasn't classes before me. So I don't have everything I've created, a 45-minute template to the hour-and-a-half template that we do repetitively in my Ultra Beginner program, which is now just the hugely popular. It's training people. The word though is empowering people for sure. Who the teachers are in our studio today, my students, or like Melanie, my co-partner, we also grew up dancing. She started in my classes as well, but she was shuffling already and she's phenomenal. But that happened to be an amazing partnership, right? And that was definitely a trust fall, and I love her. And then we have our teachers, we have our staff, even our Pilates instructor is here. It is absolutely a culture thing that is number one for me. You feel it, you know it, because I know I'm that way. And so if I feel that with someone, and someone who just cares about their work. But have I been burned before? Absolutely. But now I've learned there's a chopping block and it's quick because life is too short. My family's more important to me. There's room for zero bullshit. You just want to be around good people the older you get, right? But also, yeah, of course I've been burned. Of course, all that has happened. And you just kind of learn from those mistakes and move forward. But I have been blessed with an amazing staff and people, and it's really just down to the culture. Everyone out there is just taking care of themselves. And I know it's because of the way I've led as well. And it's just through lessons I've learned through my dance. I've had amazing leaders before me, and I've been hurt in some ways. And I think that kind of goes with everyone's story, though. Maybe you walk through life and you've been hurt. Maybe you've been treated good. And you just take those lessons and you want to be a better person for the people after you. So that's been a big part of my job. Just always been wanting to make sure people have fun. Shuffling is not that serious, even though I've hit the highest caliber of everything in shuffling, right? So for me to say that, I hope that gives people permission to not be so serious. And I think that's been very powerful as well. So I just think the people have done great. Community takes care of itself. And it's not about me and it's not about you. That's a quote I say a lot. So that kind of takes away the ownership of things. And again, it kind of gives ownership to no one and gives it to everyone at the same time. So long answer for that. But empower has always been the word for me. Empower the students and empower your teachers. Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Tell us more about the Shuffleverse.
Shuffleverse,
Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. So what is that? How many years has that been going? And what is that event? Like, how does that go?
This is year 2 or year 3, y'all.
Oh, really?
That's how new we are doing it. And it's super, super cool.
Are you part of like helping put it on, or what like, I don't know the story at all about
Yeah.
it.
So that is ran by Van Secco. She's a shuffler based out of Los Angeles. She's originally from Miami. Great girlfriend. We first met each other when there was a few of us that worked for Bang Energy back in the day, the OG Bang Energy. Now it's Monster. Anyways, Bang Energy was one of the first companies that put shufflers on a stage. Totally. So when you read a piece of paper, it said professional shuffler. That was really cool to see. So Bang took me to Miami. Bang took me to Colombia, to the expo. I was like, what am I doing here? So that was really cool, gave me a lot of confidence. But that's, Van is just in the shuffle world. She created Shuffleverse. And, there's just like a group of pioneers that do their thing. And over the years, we grow up and go through things and just kind of doing our different projects. And yeah, I'm just working with Van on that. And we're very excited. There's about maybe 8 staff of us. But if you look it up on Instagram, it's the Shuffleverse. And it's a shuffle dance convention, 3 days long. It's happening at the end of April in 2026.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And were you a part of the inception of it, or did you come in as a coach in this year?
Mm-hmm. Okay. In this year, yeah. Cool. Definitely knew about it. It's been funny because a lot of people think I'm from LA, and I'm not. I'm from Texas. But sometimes I
don't get it twisted.
I don't get it. South Texas, por vida. But people do assume I'm from LA because I do some projects with my LA people, my LA gente. And she's one of them. She's awesome. This just happens to be one of the projects that I get to be on. So I'm grateful she asked, and I'm happy to be a part of it. It's a great staff of teachers too, some OGs. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Excited to be a part of it. Like, it's going to be it's already crazy right now. It's going to be crazy next year. And I think it's just a testament to shuffling is not stopping.
Yeah. What's the turnout? How many people go to the 3-day Shuffleverse convention?
I can't even tell you a number. I will say it sold out last year easy. It's going to sell out again. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
what's the experience like? You just have different classes just rotating through and just like all high level, that's got to be super fun.
It's super
tons
fun,
of energy,
super intense, tons of energy. Dance conventions in general can look like 3-4 days events. Sometimes dance conventions involves battles, social times, meetups. What this convention is going to look like, and I don't fully know now because it's being revised a little bit, but it might involve a little content day, some freestyling, social time again. But really, it's just workshops from the highest caliber teachers. You have many different styles across the board. Just getting the best information possible, and you have people flying in from all over the world, definitely all over the country, but yeah, it's the top shuffle convention. It's so cool. But yeah, over 100 people I know for sure.
I feel like if I went to a 3-day dance convention, I would have to train for that, training for a marathon.
Yeah.
There's so much cardio you have to be ready to do for 3 days straight.
You do.
That's intense.
Bring your electrolytes and bring your food.
but I imagine too, though, like when you go do a competition, you tap into something that you didn't know you could do.
Precisely.
Right?
When I won my national championship battling, TMI, but it shows you like how exhausted I was. I was in the alley, like beside myself. They're calling my name to go inside. I go in, I'm dead, right? Like I physically cannot do it. I finish, and then I have to go back out to the alley just to gather myself, and I won. But you definitely pull out stuff in you that you couldn't think of. And when I battled that one time, it took me back to my athlete days when I'm just, it's mental toughness for sure. And that's the cool part about it. I can't say I've pushed myself that far again because I was tough, definitely. And I just wanted to win. But I would say for a convention, you just have to maybe pick your battles, maybe pick what classes you want.
Sure.
That's me during the week. I sometimes have to say no to some classes, say yes to some, but it's a marathon. It's fun
I
though.
imagine too, if you're like, do beginners come? Is it a mix of every level?
Yeah, so sometimes a class can say open level, all levels, and yes, but we still like the true names, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Beginners, yes, we're not going to say no to beginners ever, ever, ever. And you can always break down a move. A great teacher will always break down a move and speak to the beginner in the room. But yes, beginner friendly as well. It's most likely going to be different skill levels though. So maybe just painting a theoretical picture. Maybe I'm doing a beginner Melbourne foundational class. Then maybe by day 3, I'm doing an advanced techno choreography. So that's how it can go.
I feel like if you're interested in shuffling at all, even if you're beginner or super beginner, or like you just came to this, to just go and be in the energy of
you can
people
see the different levels
in advance, and just be in that energy and make connections and friends and just
what it's about.
Practice and like evolve yourself unconsciously, like mentally, to a different place and take that energy back home and then integrate it.
No, that's exactly it. It's just really embodying everything that shuffling gives you and the confidence, because it's just repetition in your body and it's good. And then you get that reward immediately. And then you have the music going, and then we're pulsing with the bass of the song. And so it's very innate, it's very natural. And shuffling, we're married to the bass line again. So it's very, very native of us to do.
That's a cool line.
Married to the baseline.
That's pretty good.
That needs to go on a t-shirt. ASAP. Shuffle HQ merch.
Okay, no, I love that. Write that down. Write that down.
Write it down.
I'm pointing to no one in the room.
Just make sure you, before this comes out, go buy a trademark. That's the second time we've done that. We did that with him. He came up with some cool shit. We're like, buy a trademark before this comes out, because that's for sure going to go.
Sick. I've been trying to think of something to put on a shirt. I also say tap in a lot to my students. I'll say tap in, tap in.
That's cool. It's a good mantra. It's a strong, you need those in like athletics or anything physical.
I'm tough in class.
You need that thing just like tap in, tap in.
I'm tough in class. My beginner classes, I guess speaking to this, my beginner classes do look different. This is me beginner energy. My advanced classes, I did one the other night.
I can imagine.
I expect.
We've seen you dance at Seismic. We know the intense,
coming
powerful
from a military dad.
Yes,
you go straight drill sergeants on people.
That's what they say. Actually,
you probably
I
pack
get
a
militant.
lot of fierceness in this small body.
Hell yeah. And then it reacts. You have that student just freaking getting it in the corner. Then I'm lit up. I'm screaming, and then everyone's screaming, and people just go off. And that's when the spirit of the dance comes out, and stuff can really happen. People go crazy. But yeah, we get a little crazy in the more advanced classes, because of course I expect greatness out of them. They expect greatness out of me, and we push each other.
Yeah, they didn't come for someone to be easy on them.
Right.
You're like, she was like, yeah, she kind of pushed us. You're like, no, I went beyond my limit.
And that's the point of an advanced class.
Right.
You got to coddle them a little bit.
Yeah.
But by the time you're at advanced, you better be okay with getting yelled at.
I didn't go to a festival
Right.
with mediocre speakers. I want to be fucking assaulted with these speakers.
Right. and if I know there's a secret sauce that I know through my experience and through my time in the dance that's coming out, I need them to know, and they're going to implement it. And now we're all just at a deeper understanding of our dance and then ourselves. So it's a really good relationship, and I just love seeing people grow in the classroom and grow their confidence. And so Aid mentioned that in her workshop. I wanted to say it again. It really is just a journey of confidence. At the end of the day, it does not matter if you do the steps. I have students that repeat the Ultra Beginner program 7-8 times in a row. I do that monthly, and it's just them enjoying themselves. And then I have people who are like, what's next? Let me get to the advanced. And I have one student in there after a month in the advanced classes. So it's also something I learned early on is everyone has their journey in shuffling. Not everyone wants to battle. Not everyone wants to perform. And not that I ever was making people do anything, but you know, when you're in kind of shuffling and you have culture on you, and I have my dance mentors, you know, studying me up, it's like there is a responsibility that I have to make sure I do right and make sure that people that come after me do right. But then I'm like, if a person just wants to come in and do some steps with me, I don't need to coach them up on the history of shuffling for 10 minutes every single time. Like,
people go for their different reasons, and they do things, and they want to get something out of it that someone else might not be.
Yeah, it's for their own purpose. So sometimes someone is taking a 20-minute lunch break and wants to get some cardio. And then sometimes someone wants to come in and have an hour and a half lesson just dialing in on something because they want to win a battle in 6 months. Yeah. So that can look completely different. Either way, it's the journey that people decide to have with themselves in the dance, because it's just your body and you, maybe some music, but again, it's with the bass line. So it's really the heartbeat. I've danced and shuffled with no music, so it's beautiful.
Yeah. Speaking of beginner classes, my mom has been practicing her
How's your
shuffle
mom?
choreography. Yeah.
Really?
She's still doing it. She was like, she's like, thank you for taking me to that class. I practiced my move.
She killed it.
She did.
But she's an amazing dancer.
She's great. I'm at 71 years old, still that active. It's insane.
It's so beautiful. Shout out
Vietnamese
to that.
genes.
She's an amazing human being.
For sure.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Daniel was telling us he had a kids rave here.
Oh, that's so cool.
I feel like that would be such a cool thing to, if you taught like a little intro thing, because I have tons of clients with kids, did that, and then they can just like hang out, and then the parents can do wellness stuff. I think it's like
That'd be
an interesting
so cool.
thing to hit.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, parents never can go out and like do this stuff when they got a 3, 4, 5, whatever kid. And
they can have a wellness day, and their kids are babysat, and they get to do something cool.
And then they all like, if a bunch of kids love it, then they're coming to your Shuffle HQ, right? And how cool would it be to see? Like, I think that's going to be a
sick.
thing. Like,
I think so too.
I think it's for sure going to be a thing.
I've just been waiting.
It's coming.
The list never ends, and I know y'all know. There's always something to do. Y'all, I haven't even had time to make merch for Shuffle HQ, which it sounds insane. But
no, I get it.
But married to the baseline. That's going to happen.
Married to the game. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Married to the baseline. Tap in. Shuffle HQ, God forbid. But goddamn. No, but we're working. I'm excited for 2026 for sure. I think year one, I knew it would be boots on the ground. How do you say it? Bootstrapping. And it was really about building out the programming, because I was already teaching 3 times a week, renting from another studio, and it became a merger with my partner, and some other teachers came in, and it was like build, what's next. And 2026 is going to be a really, really fun year, growing and increasing the health of HQ. So
I think so. You've already done so much in 1 year, and that was like the first one is the hardest usually, because you're building from 0 to 1, and now you get to go from 1 to 2, and I think you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of merch, we have something for you. I don't know if we
already gave this to you.
Did we have sauna hats when you came on the show last time? Okay.
Because you guys mentioned this, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yes. So now we have some merch for you.
So cool. Oh, thank you. Hold on. This is so cool. I actually love this shirt.
You can cut the sleeves off. Looks pretty good that way too.
You can go sleeveless like me, sleeves like Brent.
Do a crop.
I love shirts. Do y'all know this is dancer like 101? I love when dancers come into the studio and everyone like has their baggy fits, and it's so, and we're all starting to like, what are you wearing today? This is a really nice dancer shirt. So thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love
Also,
it.
that's a medium, but if you want like a really big one, because we didn't know, like, I know
I
you
do.
have
We
baggy.
don't know how oversized you want
I do want a larger, an XL if I
Okay,
can.
we got
That's what I thought. I was like, she might like a big one. I feel like
Thank you
You're like,
so
she
much.
probably wants an oversized.
I was going to ask off camera, but thank you.
We got you.
I thought ahead.
And then this is a mushroom sauna hat for next time you're in the sauna.
So you get to put your hair up in it, go in the sauna, keeps it from getting dehydrated, keeps your head from overheating, so you can stay in the sauna and get a better sweat.
Keeps your hair soft and perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like cool looking.
And you're a cool little mushroom.
Bucket mushroom
Thank
hat.
you. I am a cool little shroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to go change in a little bit and use this.
Yeah,
'cause
cool.
I'm about to go in the sauna.
Very nice.
Or the mineral tub.
I feel like I had one more question.
Absolutely.
What are you doing to take care of yourself these days while you're building so much?
Yeah, that was a great question.
Because this whole thing's a marathon,
Yeah.
right? And it's not going to end, right? And you're always going to, like, when you're creative, and the more creative you are, the more it keeps coming out of you, right?
Yeah.
And so it's an ultra marathon, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be able to rejuvenate yourself. And I know dance does too, but you know, versus last time we talked to you, have you integrated any tools, or kind of like for 2026 coming in, like have some intentions and thoughts about?
I wish, going into 2026, definitely. There's been nights where I'm staying up way too late. Like I was saying before we hopped on, my sleep schedule has been wild. I'm not even going to lie. I don't have good boundaries with my work. I also am aware of that. I'm having fun and I know what I'm doing, but I need to take care of myself, and I'm not making much time for much else, but it's a dream worth building. So again, I'm super aware of my unhealthy habits, but going into 2026, this step even here and integrating myself in this environment. And I'm also just putting myself out there more, meeting more people, all of that in one. I want to be better for myself, show up better for myself going into next year. Absolutely taking care of myself has been okay. Yeah, absolutely. Dance, to your point, it could be, yes, it's a pathway, but it's also work. So finding time for myself is very important. I think for me, though, it's just chilling at home. I'm a professional chiller. I love my couch and my dog. So I do a lot of that, and I spend time with my family. But going into 2026, definitely doing some more stuff for myself because if your business grows, the health of your business with you. And so I am my most important asset, and I need to remember that.
Totally. And I think balance is imbalance. So like there are periods of time where you just like, I'm getting a lot less sleep, and that's just how it is. Yep. But that needs to happen. That is the balance in this moment.
Yeah.
Right. But there does need to come a time where you shift it a little bit so you can go back into that.
It's been wild. I've never felt more busy in my life. And I remember thinking too in my early 20s, I was like, I have a little time right now. And then one day I won't. And I'm kind of at that point where there's always something to do, but isn't that a blessing? So just kind of going through that and being really grateful. I never thought I would own a business. I come from a very humble background, and it's my family's very proud of me. My grandma's out there. And is
she?
She's out there?
Mm-hmm. And it's a story. I know.
Meet your grandma.
Yeah, we should have had her.
We could bring her in here. I know.
We should go and talk to Abuela.
I know. She's amazing. We've done so much fundraising for dance. I told you about her the last time we were on the podcast, but just something that can change so quickly in 2 generations is, my great grandparents and their family, definitely from the farm, and they couldn't afford for my grandma to be in dance, right? So she's crossing off her name on the list right before tryouts. She's a phenomenal dancer. So is my mom. Fast forward to now, my grandma is obviously my biggest fan. She's so proud of me. But 2 generations ago, they couldn't even get off the farm. They were like 20 minutes out of a farm, like picking corn and cotton. Like, it's just so much can change. And my dad too, and my family just always spoke life into me. So it's really crazy to be here now. I'm really pinching myself all the time, but I'm very grateful. If I can do it, anyone can do it. We can do it. Again, I've met amazing people, and I feel like amazing community and support give me confidence. This event has also given me confidence. So I just want to keep going. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Ciara. Where do people find? Most people know you already, but give them a shout where they can find you.
Absolutely. I have 3 Instagrams you can find me. My government name, Ciara Castro, Ciara Castro _ Ciara Shuffles. And finally, Austin Shuffle HQ is my studio. You can find us on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook, because visibility, baby. And we're everywhere. And our numbers are doing good. And I'm so happy about that. But we're very blessed. And you can find me there. Mm-hmm.
And calling all artists, different types of people, like, people that help with all the different projects you've got going on, like throw their hat in the ring, right?
I have so many projects. In 2026, I have to be the coordinator of throwing battles. I want to do a showcase at the end of our semester as well, giving our students something to grow into. And so many projects.
Yeah. So if you can build furniture, you can do art, like you can build things, you can manage numbers. I don't know. Like there's all kinds of stuff. Throw your hat in the ring and help build it.
It really is a 1-2 woman team, me and Melanie. So it's been a lot of work, but if you know the grind, you know the grind. It's been very rewarding though. And when you give to the dance, I realized this about 5 years ago, when you give to shuffling, it gives back to you. And I think that's when I got like my first paid deal, and I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. And it's been quite the journey. So yeah, we're going to stay busy with shuffling. Every single facet you can think of, we're doing it. So we need help. No, I'm kidding. No, we could always use the help. So we're doing great though.
Well, hopefully your community keeps growing, scaling.
Well, I know
it will. And thanks for doing what you do and making dance even more prominent in the world.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for featuring me and honestly also seeing it for what it is. I really appreciate when people do that and just see it, because real sees real. And also dance, it just brings so much alive. It kickstarts a room sometimes, and it's directly with music. And I'm also so blessed, and you guys know Kelly and Andrew, but we're also just backed with an amazing city, and I get to have a residency at an amazing venue where I'm also so supported there. The lights go on when I'm on. The platform is perfectly set. I've never danced anywhere better than Concourse. So it's such a perfect formula that we have here, perfect storm, even with you guys. Yeah, so just thank you for taking the time back to showcase and feature me.
Yeah, and thanks for inviting us. Ran into you at Seismic, and she's like, I have an idea. Is this weird to do an event at Bathe, a podcast live? Is that something you do? And it's like, well, we just did that yesterday.
Funny story.
At Bathe.
And then I ask y'all again in text, do y'all know the owners for Bathe? Like, my brain. I asked 2 times probably. Yeah. But yeah, that's funny. Just like, that's how life happens though. We were like being fairies at Seismic.
Totally.
And, hey. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to the next podcast, whenever that is, and whatever location. And we look forward to it. And,
sick.
Keep crushing it.
I will. Y'all too.
Aid, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the sauna version of the Two Fun Guys podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. You just gave us a great meditation here at the Shuffle Retreat, hosted by Shuffle HQ with Ciara.
Yes.
So we've learned a little bit about you. You gave an intro of yourself before the podcast, before the meditation. But we'd love to have you share a little bit more about what you do. We know you're a coach in the rave and festival industry, but elaborate on that. What do you really do for people?
Yeah, what I really do for people, I've been a life coach since 2021, and I've really niched into the rave and festival community because I do see the benefit in going to these events and having really transformational experiences. But what really happens when you come home from them, right? And so a lot of the coaching I do is around helping people create a life that feels just like being on the dance floor. My coin term is life as a festival, and I have a membership community around that. And it's really allowing people to create a life that they don't want to escape from, because a lot of the times with raves and festivals, going out, we're kind of escaping from something.
And then you never want to go home.
And then you're dreading it, and you're like, oh, and I felt that way before too. And, after one of a festival, I can't remember exactly which one, I was just like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And so I help a lot of ravers and festival goers really align with the life they want to create. And then I guide them through, shifting mindset, creating habits and routines, and then a lot of goals and accountability to help them start to slowly but surely create that life that they want.
So what do you notice when people go to festivals? What is the spark that they're trying to take into their daily life?
I think the main thing is happiness. Is the main thing, because you feel such euphoria and happiness on the dance floor and at these experiences, and you're realizing that that's the missing kind of piece. And it's happiness, it's fulfillment, it's purpose, it's kind of those core things. And freedom, right? Yeah, and being able to bring that into their day to day and being able to feel that.
Yeah, I think what festivals do is they shake loose your rigidity. And then that's what feels so good, because you're like, I forgot myself, right? Mm-hmm. And it can go away as you go back. You're like, well, why did I just go back? And then that contrast is so now I'm sad or depressed, right? So I'm curious. I want to know how you, if you have examples of how you did that with yourself, right? But I think there's an interesting correlation. The way I like to look at festivals for myself now is ceremonies, right? Mm-hmm. There's a preparation in my mind, intention, and it could just be to have fun and just enjoy myself. But yeah, it's like a ceremony, you need integration to take those pieces that came up and not just keep going chasing ceremonies or chasing festivals. Because when I got in the rave scene when I was 17, it was peak experiences and super depressions, right? Yep. And I backed away until I kind of learned, how do I do this where I bring it into my life and use it as a rejuvenation tool, right? Or like remember who I am.
Yeah, I totally relate a lot to that. And there's been a shift for me where a lot of it was that healing, deep transformational ceremonial aspect that you're talking about. Now my goal is like going into these festivals and experiences as a form of celebration, because, you know, from festival to festival, there's like 2 to 3 months in between them for me. I'm not going back to back anymore.
It depends on how much of a wook you are.
Yeah, I don't have it in me to go like back to back festivals anymore. So I have like a good amount of time where it's like I come back from that festival and I'm like, okay, what do I really want to like achieve between now and my next one? And that really helps me align with my goals. So that way, by the time I go to my next festival, I'm like, wow, this feels like a real like celebration going into it. And I think that's been the shift that's been really like life-changing basically for me, to be able to feel that. And then I just get to enjoy myself. And then coming back from the festival, I don't feel that like hard crash. I'm just like, wow, I'm excited to come back to my life and start to integrate, like you were saying, and move on to the next thing that maybe I might be working towards or doing.
Yeah, I sometimes I'll use festivals or just shows as a way of becoming creative again. It's like you just have all these ideas start to come to you, where sometimes you just get stuck. And everybody's creative, it's just different ways. It just, I mean, you could be a creative cybersecurity guy and how you're creating, you know, things to protect, you know, software and all that, but it just, yeah, you can just go have fun. And if you do it too often, it's like doing high doses of mushrooms every week, and it's like, it's going to lose its magic a little bit. What got you into the festival scene? Like what was the pull? The pull
was definitely the music. I've always been into music ever since growing up. Like my dad was very much like always had music playing in the household. And so I think I picked that up from him. And then probably like 2013, 2012 era of EDM, like Swedish House Mafia, Zed, that all pulled me in. And then it wasn't until I was at Arizona State, that's where I went to college, there's raves going on, and I went with a couple of friends, and then that kind of like drew me in. My first rave experience wasn't the most perfect experience by far. It was a little bit chaotic, a little bit of a mess, but I think that's kind of how it is for a lot of people.
I can imagine an ASU rave is probably pretty insane.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. But then the next one I went to, it was Decadence, Arizona, 2015. It's a New Year's rave, and that was just like everyone's in such good vibes, good energy, and that's what really drew me on. Okay, Odessa. I got to see Odessa, which was pretty crazy in 2015. Chami, Jack U was there, which Diplo, Skrillex. That was probably like one of the last times they performed together, I feel like. And then those were like some of the main. Oh, Pretty Lights was also there. It was like a 2-day event. I also look back at that lineup because there's other artists that I didn't know back then. Like Rez was on that lineup, and I had no clue who that was at
It's so funny to look back at shows you went to like 10 years ago. Yeah. You're like, holy fuck, I saw this massive artist on a side stage.
Exactly, yeah. And I think about like the Odessa set, Jack U set, like a lot when I think back to that event. But that was what really drew me in, because there was just a lot of like love, acceptance, and people were so nice and welcoming. And then I was hooked ever since.
What was the music what was the combination of genres your dad mainly listened to? Because I feel like our parents influence our music, or the people we grow up with, the adults around us. Like my mom was like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, right? A lot of that. And then it was a mix of like acoustic and then some disco mixed in there, right? Yeah. And then it like kind of brought me into some of the like vocal trance and house slowly, right?
Yeah. My mom was more so like Michael Jackson. She loved Michael Jackson. And then my dad could be anywhere from like Rolling Stones, Beatles, like that genre, to like Prince, to Mariah Carey. Cool. And I just grew up like Saturday morning, you know, my mom's cleaning the house, I'm helping clean the house, and my dad just has like the MTV top music videos of the week playing, you know? So I was always just hearing music, and then I grew up playing piano, did choir, kind of all that. So music's just always been heavily involved in my life. And I wanted to go to school for music business, and then I just ended up finding this own unique lane of becoming a content creator and a life coach in like the music festival scene that I wasn't quite expecting. Like I didn't know that growing up I wanted to be that. It just kind of evolved, you know?
It's such a cool blend that you've made of life coaching and festivals. I personally haven't seen anybody blend those two, because they're kind of, you would never expect them to be combined. But I think that's such a valuable thing, because so many people use festivals, use raves, concerts, whatever, as this expression system or a way to, like you said, escape. But a lot of people can go down a rabbit hole of using it incorrectly or using it like almost like a drug they're addicted to. So having someone like you that can guide them through it in like a ceremonial way, I think is really fucking cool. Like how long ago did you start doing that particularly?
So it's funny, when I started life coaching in 2021, I kind of fell into the trap of, oh, I need to be professional. I need to be this life coach. You know, I was like 25, 26, I think. And so I kind of fell into that little bit of a trap of trying to force myself to be in that. And then over the past couple of years, I'm like, no, being a raver and a festival goer is what makes me helpful to my, audience and my community. And in 2023 was when I did my first intention setting workshop at Electric Forest. And I had been, a content creator for Electric Forest. A lot of my audience came from Electric Forest, and the turnout was just like insane. Wow. It was like, it's at this place called the Brainery that's tented, and it was just filled all the way through with people all throughout it. And that's where I really started to see, okay, there's like a need for people wanting to have these intentional experiences and really wanting to have a deeper meaning to their experiences. Yeah. And so that's where I really started to like shift and pivot of like, okay, I'm gonna be the life coach for ravers and start to just embody that more. And so ever since then, I've just like fully kind of like leaned into that. Because even when I first started my coaching business, everyone was a raver and festival goer, and I was trying to like shy away from that. But you always tend to find whatever makes you authentic and unique is like the answer.
Yeah, I think that's such a valuable lesson for people to not be afraid to blend things. When I was a kid, I was so afraid of different friend groups meeting each other. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys were the same. Yeah. But like I could not ever let my school friends meet my camp friends, meet my sports friends. I was like deathly afraid of that, which funny enough, now I feel like I'm a blender and I want everybody to meet. Yeah. So you kind of go 180 from your childhood.
Yeah. But we tend to compartmentalize a lot. Yeah. And we don't need to.
We don't need to. Yeah. It's such a valuable thing to just connect, like bring them all together, and you'll never know what kind of insane connections or friendships blossom out of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are your top 3 favorite festivals?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I have to like think through. So I'm primarily in the US. I still need to tap into international. I probably have a list of what that will look like, but top festivals, I would say for me, I really love Lightning in a Bottle. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, been to it.
I want to go.
It's honestly really wonderful, like transformational experience. It's like Burning Man without having the need to bring everything yourself. Excellent. Which is great.
That sounds amazing.
Without going through the gauntlet of hell.
Yeah. You don't need to bring everything yourself. So I like to think it's a little bit of a little mini Burning Man. The music is all great, and I really loved that festival when I went in 2023. What's another one? I really love Groove Cruise, music festival on a ship.
I hear people love that.
That one's a great time. I've been the past 2 years. I'll be going again in 2026. I do my workshops on that one as well and do content creation for them. And then I honestly might be a hot take. I really do love Coachella. I think
that is a hot take.
It is a very hot take.
You heard it here first.
You've heard it here first, but I've been to so many festivals, and that one still, that was my very first like big festival in 2017. And then I went back this year to it, and I'm still super impressed with how well it's run. And I went the first weekend, which is, the influencer weekend, the weekend that a lot of people cringe and talk crap about, but we had a really great job.
Do you think it's a giant psyop then? Like they're intentionally, because that's all I've ever heard growing up is like, it's such a
influencer Olympics.
It's like the most commercial, overly produced, just like, I just want to be seen. I mean, that's all I've ever seen looking at social media.
It's really not like that once you're in it.
I mean, that's
but it's also perspective. Some people come into that, like it's like their belief system, which can be like sunglasses that you're wearing. If you're viewing it as like, oh, I'm going to be around influencers and snobs and like people aren't there for the music, you're going to view your experience through that lens. But if you just go in with an open mind and just have the experience, like it's a really well-run festival. Like there's barely any trash on the ground. Like even from that perspective, and just, the production is amazing. And a lot of artists really prepare their sets for Coachella. So they bring their own production. They have their own unique sets, and it's kind of the kickoff to festival season.
Yeah.
You'll see, it's really well run.
Yeah. Like certain DJs or artists, that's kind of what the set might be as they tour for that.
Yeah.
Season.
And they do surprises and stuff too, like at the Dewlap stage, which is also like who runs Lightning in a Bottle too. So Yeah, that's my hot take. I do love Coachella.
It was like the wildest, best performance, or like a performance at Coachella that just stands out and you just loved?
So I have to go back to my first year, 2017, because it was a surprise Skrillex Do-Lab set. And this was when Skrillex really wasn't performing anymore. Like he was kind of like on a little bit of a break, and we were at Lady Gaga, and this was also before.
To switch from Lady Gaga to Skrillex is a wild 180.
Yeah, but this was also back in the day where like they weren't announcing surprises on social media. Now they announce the surprises. And so we just get a text from our friends that were waiting at Do-Lab, and they were like, Skrillex. And we all it just said Skrillex, Do-Lab. And we were like, okay. And we booked it across the festival stage. And it was like one of the most insane things. And the energy was just incredible, honestly. Wow. So I think about that surprise set a lot.
That's so fucking cool. So what was the spark that made you be like, I want to be a life coach? What was happening in your life? What were the thoughts at the time?
2020, or no, when I was 22, I just moved to Austin. I was working a full-time job at a startup like marketing agency. And within my first week, I called my mom. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be doing this forever. Like, there's no way I'm going to be working for someone else forever. Like, I just don't see myself doing that. And I actually had a mentor at the time that kind of got me thinking, like, I do have that like mentorship kind of capability in me. So that's where I got the idea. I was like, I think I'm going to be a life coach of some sort. But of course, when I was 22, I was like, oh, I need to have life experience. So I need to be 50 years old or like whatever. I don't know. It's like such a silly belief, right? Thinking that I needed to be a certain age. And so I kind of just held on to that. And then it wasn't until, a couple of years later, that was 2017. So 2021, where I was like, that job I was working at started to go a little bit downhill. It was a startup, and I just got this nudge. I'm like, if there was a time for me to take a risk, because this was also pandemic time, so I'd saved up some money. It's like, if there was time for me to take a risk, I was like, let's do it. I had built an audience by then, doing the festival content and everything. And I just like one day quit the 9-to-5, posted that I was going to start this life coaching business. I did have a business mentor at the time, and then just kind of went for it, honestly. And I just was like, really wanting to help people was the thing. Like, I didn't want to become like a social media coach, even though I had so much experience in that. That just didn't feel fulfilling to me. Helping people gain more followers, like, just didn't appeal to me. Whereas helping people go figure out the things that I'd kind of figured out in my early 20s, like that really appealed to me, to help people just kind of like figure things out a little bit better and have my help to do so.
How did you get your first few clients?
It's actually crazy. I just posted that I was doing this, and I had like a one-on-one program, and I got 8 one-on-one clients that day.
Wow. That day.
Yeah, that day.
Sheesh.
Like, the applications just came in. I did the, sales calls, everything. And like all of them said yes. Because they had seen my journey, whether through like my YouTube channel, Instagram, like they had really followed me along. Yeah. And so they were just like, I just want whatever you've been able to cultivate, and I want you to take me through it.
How big was your following at the time?
I want to say, if this was 2021, I think I had maybe 10K plus on Instagram. YouTube might have been just under 10K subscribers.
Okay, so you had a good following. Good
following to go off of. And then, they just really trusted me and wanted
those organic leads.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So that really helped when launching.
That's how you know you're in the right spot. Like, you go to just post for the first time and you
totally.
bang
You just
out
put
8
it out there, and 8 people are like, here's money.
Instead of working at it for a year and you're like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was just perfect affirmation, honestly. Totally. Just to like feel that. I'm like, okay, like, cool. Like, let's do this then.
Yeah, you said people watched your transformation. So who are you now? Like, in the practices you do versus then?
Yeah, I feel like I've gone through since then. I've gone through so many like death and rebirths, like myself. I've gone through like breakups. I've gone through like just figuring out who I am even too, and coming back to that. Even today, right now, I just went through there was mold in my apartment, I found out, and that's been causing a whole lot of health issues. So even right now in this moment, I'm like figuring out how to come back to myself after like a traumatic situation like that. So I feel like it's a lot of just coming back to the fundamentals. Like, a lot of my work is really simple to make a change in your life. It really comes down to like who you're being, your identity, the mindset that you really have. So I do a lot of like mindset work, journaling, affirmations, but I also do hypnotherapy as well, which has been really wonderful. And then habits, how you're showing up on the day-to-day. So I really confine it to those 3 things, like if you just really align with those 3 things, you really can make a change. And then there's also times where I'm like, you know, just maintaining and not feeling the need that I need to keep healing or I need to keep working on myself. Yeah. So also enjoying the pieces. Whereas like back when I was like in my 20s, early 20s, I was very much like, have to keep grinding, have to keep doing it, have to keep doing this and showing up. And now I'm like, you know what? I can take my time. I can like slow down. I can take breaks. I can rest. And so I think finding that like balance of both has been really helpful.
If you were to give people listening, you know, they're wanting to like go from festival to being more their authentic aligned self or be more happy, like what do you think is the most common first step that kind of anybody could take that is like the first piece of advice, or most people could just take and even apply now or contemplate, just begin thinking about?
The first step I always say is acceptance. And it's kind of like an acceptance of like where life is right now and how you've gotten there, because I think a lot of the times we're not willing to accept that.
That makes sense.
And that we also might have been to our own detriment in that process. So I think there's a lot of like acceptance of where you're at currently in life, and then also acceptance of self, which comes with a lot of like self-forgiveness, self-responsibility, and just even kind of like making peace with that, which like a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to confront themselves. It's like looking in the mirror and you're like, don't want to confront any of that. I don't want to accept
where I am. I don't want to I want to keep fighting this.
Yeah, so talk more about that, because people are going to hit that resistance wall where they don't want to be accepting of who they are, or they know they should, but there's so much resistance. Like how do you start to break down those walls for yourself?
I think for myself, a big thing was taking that time to be alone and just like coming to terms with that, journaling, writing letters to myself even. And then if you are in a little bit more of an extreme case, like therapy or something, or getting a coach or someone could even really help you kind of like come to terms with that as well. But I feel like if you're more so just kind of like in those beginning phases, just starting to like think through these past experiences and really starting to come to terms with it. And I think being able to understand yourself and forgive yourself and have compassion for yourself even through that is a really good kind of like starting step there.
Very cool. And once you've accepted yourself, where do you go from there?
Then you get to what I find to be the fun part. It's like you get to decide who you want to be, you know, and like it's not a matter of like, I always say you don't have to go to this far off planet to go find yourself. Like it's really just within. And a lot of the times there's a lot of insights from childhood even maybe, because we've gone through life and have become these like conditioned versions of ourselves even too. So there's a lot of like deconditioning in that. Like I personally, for me, I used to think that I needed alcohol, for example, to be this like extroverted version of myself. And I've come to realize like I can be the quiet person and that's okay. And like my energy will still kind of like connect with the people that do. So I think from there you get to decide, okay, here's where I want to get to. Here's who I want to be. Here's the life I want to create. And that's kind of like the vision part that I work with clients on. It's like we kind of start with the awareness, the acceptance. Then we talk about like, okay, where do you want to get to? And then we figure out the steps to really get there.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the hypnotherapy part.
Yeah.
Did you have hypnotherapy done to you and then you were like, I need to really do this? It's very helpful,
Yeah. So I'm thinking about becoming a hypnotherapist. It's definitely something I've thought about. That will come with some training and schooling for sure. But I had another friend have this hypnotherapist and she worked with her for a year. She talked really highly of her. So then I signed on with her for a year. And so I'm actually ending my second year with her. And I found it super beneficial. You actually do get put into like a hypnotic kind of like state where you're in, I think it's like the theta brainwave.
It's like half awake, half asleep.
Yeah, and you really do feel it. Like the first time it happened, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to feel. And I actually did feel it. And it's very subtle over time that you start to notice these changes that you make. And you set an intention with them and they take you through whatever each session. So I meet with her on a monthly basis. And it's been really impactful for me because sometimes the journaling, the affirmations, becoming aware of your thoughts, like can do a lot for you as like an initial step, but sometimes you do kind of need help for some of those deeper rooted like beliefs and things to really work through.
Would you see her once a week or how is it?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Once a month, and I signed on with her for a year. I'll probably renew again for a year because it's helpful because every month, maybe I find out something about myself or whatever that like I can talk through with her, and then we go into like, a hypnosis, and I leave feeling like a little bit better. And then, like I said, I subtly start to notice. It's not like I have that session, I'm like, okay, I'm going to think more positively.
It's not like stop smoking hypnosis where you get hypnotized once and you never touch a cigarette again.
Yeah, it's just one of those like, just very like integrative and incremental. And I slowly but surely start to see kind of like how I show up differently, and I'm not getting like, caught up in my thoughts even.
What do you feel you've been able to overcome through the hypnosis, if you're willing to share?
So a lot of the things that we've worked on, I mean, it varies. A lot of the things for me, I tend to overthink a lot and like get very anxious about like the future, what if. So like we've really helped me kind of come back to just being able to be present and not worry so much. So things like that. We've even worked on like money blocks and stuff because I don't really operate from like scarcity like money. It's more so like tied to my like parents. My parents provided a very great life for me, and I think I have this fear that I can't provide for myself in a way. Like it's a little bit different, that I won't amount to that basically. So stuff like that, worked through like relationship, love stuff. Like we've covered a lot with her, and even going through this whole mold situation I've gone through, like now we're going to be like kind of working on creating safety again for myself after going through something like that. 'Cause living in a new apartment now, I'm like, okay, is this actually like safe? Is this a safe home for me?
Can I breathe freely in my house?
Yeah, can I be okay? So I actually have a session with her next week that I'm like, this is what we're going to be working on, So we really can tackle a bunch of different things, and it's been super beneficial.
That's rad. And what festivals are you going to be at this, like 2026?
So 2026, so far I have Groove Cruise because I'll be working that one. And then I'll be at Elements Music Festival. I work on their team as their TikTok manager. So
what is Elements? Do you know Elements?
Elements it's in Pennsylvania. It's also kind of in the same vein of like Electric Forest, Lightning in a Bottle. It's a camping festival. I went to it last year this year for the first time.
It's like a homie fest?
I would say, I don't know how many people is actually at that one, but it's a good size. I mean, like Mal P was there, Rez was there, Sarah Landry was there, like a lot of like big people, Millennium, DJ Diesel, Shaq played. Yeah.
Nice.
I actually got to meet Shaq, which was really cool.
Very
yeah.
cool.
He's tall. He's huge.
Yeah,
and he's super nice, but yeah, so I'll be at that one. And then my boyfriend and I really love Arc Music Festival, which is in Chicago.
The techno one?
House and techno one.
My buddy loves that one. It's like 5 days, right?
It's 3.
3.
3 days, yeah. So my boyfriend's not a big festival guy, but he loves Arc, which is kind of funny because he's dating me. I love going to festivals, but yeah.
It probably just will take some time.
No, yeah. It's one of those things where he's like, you go have fun. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to drag you along with me if you're not going to have fun.
And it's good. Every couple needs to have the thing that like, they're individual things that they enjoy.
And he supports me. He loves all
Although
of it.
I do say
like,
a couple
whatever.
that raves together stays together.
Exactly.
So,
Which we do.
At least you go to Arc.
You can find us at Concourse. You can
There you
find
go.
us at Space Miami Music
Cool.
Week. We'll
Nice.
probably be there. So yeah, those are probably the couple I know for sure is Groove Cruise, Elements, Arc. And then I always go to Seismic Dance Event, which I know you guys interviewed Andrew and Kelly, which they're awesome. I've been at Seismic every single year, so definitely we'll be there again.
That's rad. Will you be at Shambhala? We'll be at Shambhala.
Oh, you guys are going to Shambhala?
Yeah, we're like, we got to do it.
Yeah.
I've never done it. We got to do it.
Yeah.
It's been on my list for too long.
It's been on my
we
list
just
as
had to
well.
do it.
That's one of the international ones, like Shambhala. Tomorrowland would be a dream. No, it's hard to get tickets. And then Aid goes to Aid. I don't know if you know Amsterdam Dance Event.
No.
That's
Didn't
that's
that just happen?
it just
happened,
happened.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my bucket list. Like I see the vlog title, right? Aid goes to
Yeah, you have to
Aid.
go to-
Like I
it's
have
for
to
you.
go.
It's like
yeah.
a festival named Brent or Tony. We'll be
Yeah.
there immediately.
Yeah. And I have a website, vibewith8.com. And so it's funny because a lot of traffic that comes to that website is people looking for Amsterdam Dance Event.
so awesome.
Yeah. So they just land on my website and
You
I'm like,
just
sorry.
sell tickets to it, but it just goes to your bank account.
Yeah.
Siphon the money.
Yeah, that would be funny. So definitely would love to do that, but I can't wait to hear your guys' Shambhala experience.
Well,
I've heard
we'll be doing
great
some live
things.
podcasts.
Yeah, we're gonna
Awesome.
go big and
Yeah.
record all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be a full on Fun Guys adventure.
Yeah. Antonio, you coming to Shambhala Festival with us?
Where's that?
Canada?
Where is it exactly? Do you know?
Is it
It's British
I know
Columbia?
people fly into like Seattle and then go up north that way. So
Where?
isn't it on the
Shambhala?
west
I
side?
thought it's like middle.
Talking
of
about Shambhala?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's in Vancouver.
Vancouver?
It's like close to Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I visualized the middle of Canada. I don't know.
It's
yeah.
like it's near Vancouver, I think. It's
Yeah.
not in there, but it's
Oh,
close
cool.
by.
Because even I know people like they would fly into Seattle, get their RV, and then like drive up. But I don't even know how it's a pretty far drive from there, even too.
It's a couple hours from because from Seattle to the border is like 3 hours, and then
Okay.
from there I think it's another like 3 to 4 hours. I could be wrong.
That's not bad because we're both from Seattle, so that'll be easy to navigate and get the RV and do all that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
wild stuff.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
guys have a big group going?
Nope.
Just you
Not
guys.
yet. Nope. Got 4. I bought 4
We're trying to
tickets.
gather people, so
Yeah.
Right now it's me, him,
you
and my
and your
girlfriend.
boyfriend want to come. We're recruiting
Yeah.
right now.
Recruiting right now. That'd be so fun. Yeah, that's definitely on
You
the
can
list.
teach. You can do a
I could probably do
meditation.
intention setting. Yeah, if I get my way in there, finagle
Yeah,
my way.
totally.
Yeah.
Sounds like you can because you must have some other than just picking the right URLs and random things. You're meant to be in it, right? And so it seems like if you just want to do it, it's the universe or whatever is literally
Will
just
work.
like here you go, here you go,
Yeah.
here you go. Because we've had businesses and it usually doesn't work that easy. So when you recognize that flow, you got to tap it.
Yeah, 100%. What other festivals do you guys like?
Well,
I like festivals at a specific place, the Gorge out in Washington.
I still have never been to the Gorge.
It's so fun.
I want to
You have
go.
to.
Yeah. It's cool because how that hill works, you can be basically anywhere on that hill and you're like in the party.
Yeah.
And you just have a great view. And then as the sun's setting, you're just looking over this Grand Canyon looking thing. And there's a couple times where like you're worn out, you can just lay on the grass and you just can like watch. I mean, it's
you can still see the festival perfectly.
Yeah.
Great grounds.
I had hopes of going to Paradiso.
Yeah.
Back when I was
Yep.
like in my like college, early 20s
Yep.
phase, I was like, oh, I want to go to that. Like, I know a lot of people did like Paradiso into Electric Forest, right? And did that. Like, some of them did like Bonnaroo into Paradiso, Electric Forest. That couldn't have been me. But I was hoping to do that. But I'm kind of waiting, I think, for an artist I really love to maybe do like a Gorge takeover.
Totally.
And make that trip out there. Because I still haven't really even been to Pacific Northwest. Like, so that would be cool.
in the summer, it's like that's why we like growing up there. The summers like out in the forest and like when you get more out of the city is just
They're perfect.
insanely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Clean, super clean air, just very revitalizing, right?
Yeah.
So to be in a nature, like that's what I want, like beautiful nature, especially anywhere I can get in like really nice water and festival, fucking so good.
Yeah, a festival
yeah.
with a lake, I'm in.
Yeah.
If I can swim at the festival, that's
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Just don't get in the lightning in a bottle water.
No,
if you do
don't
go
do
to
that
that
one?
one, don't
Why?
do the
Is it
water. I
murky? Are there crocodiles?
Not crocodiles,
Sharks. I knew there were sharks.
Yeah.
I could,
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
smell
you
them.
might pick up some infection of some sort, so maybe best to not that one. Some
I'll
people
risk it.
do it, but I didn't get in it.
Or same, I want to same but different.
Oh, yeah.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lake looks not
That one
transmittable
seems
with
like a
diseases.
homey
Yeah.
festival. Yeah.
My favorite, to answer your question, my favorite festivals are little homie fests.
Yeah.
I love. There used to be one in Washington called Summer Meltdown.
Okay.
And it was this tiny, maybe like, I don't know, 10,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
maybe less. But they would have big artists come, but it was this tiny festival, and there was this river that you would go hang out by during the day.
Yeah.
That was like just slightly off the festival grounds, and somehow, like, you could just leave and come back, and there was never any issues with like random people trying to get into the festival.
Oh, that's nice.
But you just had this beautiful river that you would just lay in, and people would always throw their renegades down by the river all day long, and such a fun festival. And you're
That's
just in the
fun.
woods, and there's like no security. It's just ultimate freedom,
Yeah.
but everybody's so like pure and clean and not trying to fuck you over, which
Yeah.
that's the thing about big festivals I wasn't a fan of. Like DSO, love DSO. I worked for the company that put on DSO USC
Oh, okay.
events, so I went to
All
the
of them.
all the like every festival they did. They were like the Insomniac of the Pacific
Yep.
Northwest, and they were contracted with them, so we do all the festivals. And I kind of got burnt out on festivals, but they were great. But over time, they became like that kind of commercialized stuff, and then I just really started to love the tiny little homie fest
Yeah.
where there's no security, there's no Live Nation people. It's just
That's how I used to feel about Electric Forest.
Yeah.
That used to be in my top 3, but now it's become such like to me, a money grab a little bit, and it's lost that like spark and magic.
Forested?
Yeah, in my opinion.
That's how I feel like about festivals in general. That's when I see a new festival come out. It's either going to be really good right away, and then if it is, it has a life cycle. And that's why it's impressive if places like Shambhala or Seismic keeps still staying so authentic and good. To me, that's so interesting because I went to the first Paradiso and it was bananas. It was basically just like a giant party because like no one knew what they were showing up to. And then, as you got to 2 and then 3, and then it was like, all right, I'm not going like the next.
But also back then, that was the age of like really methy pills, which is why it was such a party back in the day.
Yeah. But then they started bringing just like, they had Avicii, Laid Back Luke. It was so wild. Just like a mix when they were all just at their peak, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I view it like they all have life cycles.
Totally.
Right? And then sometimes they rebirth. You go back to Electric Forest and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So then what do you think with Tomorrowland? Do you think it's still worth, because that's how I've always viewed it. Like it was probably amazing, but it's like I've seen some of the videos, they have like full on luxury fitness gyms and convenience stores, and it seems like we got a pho shop and a fucking sushi roll place, and like, and it looks like you're in a street in a major city.
I think that I'm just curious about it all. I think
like
that's
you're going
why.
to like amusement park. You're like, I'm just going to the biggest festival, Disneyland in the world.
I might, who knows if I would like, I have friends that went to it and they were like, we want to go again and again. Like, I don't know if I'll have that, but I feel like I just got to see it for myself kind of thing. That's how I feel. Cause that's one of those things you see Tomorrowland YouTube sets on YouTube and you've been watching them for however long. That's how I feel about it. Is like, I've watched these YouTube sets for so long that like, I kind of want to like go there and experience it for myself. I think I would be overwhelmed by the music choices because there's so many stages, but I would probably just like pick a stage and go to it.
I think
and
you'd
just
find
have
a way.
fun. Yeah, I'd find a way to make it work, but that one's really tough to get tickets to. So we'll see when that one happens.
I really want to go to, I think they started doing Tomorrow World in Thailand.
Yeah.
I think they just did it the first year, or maybe it's the second year. I want to go out there because I want to experience what it's like festivaling with Thai people and all the people over there, because Thailand is such a cool vibe. It's always such an interesting travelers meetup spot from all over the world. And everyone, to me, when I would go to Thailand, it already felt kind of like I'm at a festival. It has this energy of just like, no one cares what you do. Everyone is down to like be friendly, or like, hey, let's go get something to eat wherever they're from. And it was so easy to get around. You're like, let's go north, let's go south. And you just go to a thing and they're like, all right, here's a ticket, go up there, right? So it already has a festival vibe, the country in itself.
Yeah.
It'd be rad. Do you have a festival they like bucket list?
Festival bucket list?
Yeah, like the main one on your bucket list, other than Shambhala.
Yeah, Shambhala and the Tomorrow Worlds have been on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. I think those are the main ones. I really don't feel that called to Burning Man. I'll go.
We were like analyzing it.
Yeah.
Like I was giving it a hot, thought deep. And I was like, nah.
I go back and forth every year, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the opportunity presented itself
Exactly.
very clearly, and it was a very easy transition to get there, and I didn't have to do that much work, which I know kind of defeats the purpose of going to the burn.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm manifesting is for that to show up, then absolutely, like, we'll go. But
they now have cyber taxis that just take you from the airport to the
billionaire
thing.
says we're going to go and we're going to fly in on the PJ and it's going to be red carpet rolled out for you and you get your own camper van.
Yep.
Then you know what? I'll take
Let's
it.
do it. Yeah. I have that. I don't know if you guys have that one like festival friend that's like just always the prepared one, like spreadsheets.
Two couples.
I have a friend, Peyton. He's going next year to Burning Man. And I'm like, okay, if he goes, that means he's going to be able to systemize this whole thing. And I think could make it like an enjoyable, comfortable experience for me to go the next year maybe. But I go back and forth every year. Like I used to be the type A, like planner type, like could do it. Like maybe I would have done Burning Man in my early 20s, but now I'm like, I just don't know.
I feel like there's too many other festivals to go check out with variety. Like I want to go check out some of the crazy psytrance ones over in like Portugal or Azoro or Boom Festival, because I just want to be in people that are obsessed with it and they have all these wild, tent stages and whatnot, and just be in that like deep European culture, just see what that's all about. And so there's so many interesting festivals everywhere. Like what's the Costa Rica one?
Envision. That one looks cool.
Yeah, just so many cool spots to check out.
Doing like summer festival season in Europe would also just be insane, because there's something every weekend in like all those different countries that you could just bop around for 2 months and have a great time.
Yeah. Have you heard, did you go to the Eclipse Festival that came through here? No,
I don't do a lot of Disco Donnie events here.
Smart.
Yeah.
I heard about the one he recently did.
I've learned my lesson. So I've been to some of them. Logistically, they sometimes don't go right. Weather-wise, they don't go right. So I've kind of learned to just kind of like do the ones outside of Texas.
That's smart.
And it's kind of like once you do them once too, it's kind of just copy and paste a lot of the time. So
really,
yeah, that's how I personally feel. So when I saw the Wicked Oaks one, the Eclipse one, I was like, I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah, I didn't know much about, because we had just moved to Texas when the Eclipse Festival.
Okay, so I think it'd be
last
like year.
Yeah,
well, we didn't know who he was. Right?
I didn't know anything about Disco Donnie, but I went to the first Eclipse in 2018, 2017.
Oh yeah, the one in Oregon, right?
Oregon Eclipse, and that was hands down my favorite festival of all
I've
time.
heard a lot of great things about that.
Immaculate. And so I was fucking stoked when I found out that there's another Eclipse Festival an hour away from my house here in Austin. And so I was like, Brent, we're going. There's no negotiation. We're going to this festival. And we went, and it was like, great. It was cool.
Yeah.
But I could tell that the production and the logistics and everything was just not up to par, and I knew nothing about Disco Donnie at the time, so whatever.
He means well, their teams mean well. There's just always something that happens. Like I'm always dumbfounded every festival. There's just some type of like,
maybe it's not them. Maybe they got a curse.
Because the last one was the bass one. They got rained out.
Yeah, Wicked Oaks.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like. And that's not.
It's out of their control.
That's not.
It's out of their control. It just always seems to happen. So yeah, I really feel for them.
Yeah, we've had a cursed business before. We know. We know how bad that sucks, and you do everything right, and it still goes to shit.
The next one I looked up is in Iceland, and that could be cool.
Oh, that could be cool.
I feel like Iceland is very organized.
The next Eclipse.
The Eclipse Festival, and so they're the place of sauna, cold plunges, but like massively high-end ones.
And imagine an eclipse in Iceland, like an actual eclipse.
Yeah. Wow. So that would
just
be like
where you're at, like for the placement of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then what you do is you stay for 3-4 days after, and you just do all the super nice recovery stuff up there and the beautiful nature.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool spot. I thought originally, I don't know, I heard this somewhere, it was going to be in Egypt. I was like, I'm fucking if Eclipse ever goes to Egypt, I'm going there, because for sure that's when the aliens are coming, and that's when everything's fucking changing.
There's being for sure festival, tripping your balls off when the aliens show up.
I'm for sure going there.
Yeah, like we're standing on top of the Giza pyramids and we just get abducted.
That thing that's under the pyramids starts coming out. Yeah, for sure.
Another pyramid appears
exactly.
from the ground below.
That's when all the energy turns back on.
The pyramids come out of the ground. It was actually just a giant obelisk the entire time.
And now we're on it.
Yeah,
and we're going.
We're going to space, baby.
Yeah, we're out.
That'd be insane.
And you especially know if Elon's like, I'm going to this festival, you're like, oh, he knows.
Yep.
We're going. Anyways, that would be such a cool place. Well, where do people find you? Your YouTube channel, your podcast?
Yep. So Vibe with Ade. I say Ade like lemonade. That's how it's spelled, ADE. My name's actually Adriana, but everyone's called me Ade for a very long time. So Vibe with Ade on Instagram and TikTok are like my main platforms. And then you can also find me on YouTube, same thing. And then I do have a podcast, Let's Vibe Podcast. And then my coaching business is Find Your Vibe Coaching. I take one-on-one clients, but I also have a membership called Life is a Festival. So that's my like community that I've been growing and cultivating for people that are just wanting to create a life that feels just like a festival. So you can also find all those details on my Instagram.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Such a great name and such good branding for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
I appreciate that.
Totally. Well,
thank you
for
so
coming to chat with
much.
us.
Yeah, it was great chatting with you guys. Thank you.
Cheers.